Rustic Grace is our home base for the products that are complete and ready to be sold to the public.
But Rustic Grace is just not a name of a company that IDT runs. That's our barnwood designs and our barnwood furniture. But every bit of the name of Rustic Grace and the things that it represents is in the individual lives of these guys. Every time we go down to our barn, I will always have a couple new residents with me. And in the middle of that week, them residents are about ready to go back to jail. I think I made the worst decision of my life. Why am I in these barns that you can't hardly breathe in? Why are we tearing down this old thing that should be burnt? I don't, this is worthless.
We're just like those old barns. There's no one that would use us. They'd let us sit out there and die and rot with no care if we had any talents or skills.
A month later, 2 months later, they're in the wood shop with that same piece of wood, having it planed down, having it designed into something, and the next thing you know, they've made a beautiful shelf, they've made a beautiful table.
And I see that's what God does, With the guys, he just starts tearing them down and bringing new life to them. Just like, when we tear the old barns down, we bring the wood back and we rebuild it into something new and beautiful. A piece of furniture or whatnot. And you just see God doing that with the boys, just making them into something new and beautiful.
And then I kindly remind them, and it was worthless. I said, you've been labeled that, and it's not true by any means. You have beauty, you have value, you have purpose, and we have to figure out what that path and what those steps that are ordained by God look like in your life.
You look at all these young men, you'll see every man has a smile on their face. That's God. There's no other explanation.
And I in my walk, in my life, I look at every piece of wood that comes from a barn as a part of the cross. So to me, it's an opportunity to use the cross to bring the young men that we're blessed with and young ladies we're blessed with back to the story of what it should be.
And there's something about this, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to fight it anymore, Lord, if that's where you want me to be. And I had already had it set in my mind. As soon as I started writing Eric, I'm just like, I'm going to be out there. It was like, I'm broke, Lord. This is what I need.
It's a beautiful thing, but when you see that and you see it working, and you see the ones that, like Jacob, he continually, for everything in his flesh, wanted to fight against it. This can't be true, this isn't for me. But when they have a breaking and they receive it, he's unstoppable.
Just even hearing Jacob talk about what God's doing in his life right now, and he's getting ready to, hit transition period, and he's excited about what God's got for him.
Going out and sharing God's kingdom, that's being a disciple. And that's what he wants from his children. And I just want to be his child, and I want to obey him. I want to be obedient to what he has for me.
They get pretty creative with some of their builds, so we do smaller things, picture frames, love shelves, coffee tables, end tables. So we like to get unique with some of the things where nobody else will ever have one just like it. But yeah, when they build something, they take pride in it. And when it sells, it's just like, yes, it just makes you feel good.
So it's cool to see that change even in the first few months, to where that new resident bragging about something they built is showing their parents, and then we look at them and say, give it to your mom. Give the shelf to your mom, give the love shelf to your mom, give the table. Because it's not about making the dollar, it's about that part of Rustic Grace that's more important than the furniture we build.